Hi there guys, Ken here, your Thrifty Apprentice, and welcome back to the second video in our four-part mini series on simple landscapes. Today we are tackling rocks, and I'm showing you guys one of the easiest ways I have discovered and learned to paint rocks, which is with masking tape. It is like super simple. So as you can see, I have a piece of 9 by 12, 140 pound cold pressed acid free watercolor paper that I'm working on. I do believe this is Aspire color watercolor paper, if I'm not mistaken. I am just using it landscape orientation, and I've taken masking tape and I have torn off pieces with jagged edges and just sort of arranged them in what would normally be a rock formation on, like, say, a mound, a hill, or a pile of dirt. Now, what I want to do is use colors that I know are going to granulate, because this is earthy and earthy rocks is what I'm trying to say. I definitely want to have some natural paint texture. I am using Rosa Gallery watercolors here, and I will have a review coming up on those soon. I have been using them for quite a while, but 4 of the colors have really nice granulation to it, and they lend really well to adding granulation to other colors that have been mixed. So in that mound, you saw me use ultramarine blue, some burnt sienna, some rose madder, if I'm not mistaken. That was the red I used, and a little cad yellow, just for a little warmth. I mixed a green. I'm going to use that in order to throw in some little grasses behind that mound of dirt there that those rocks are going to be coming out of. And then I'm also going to just add in some flowers here and there, some leaves, just to give the composition a little bit more personality, a little bit more pizzazz, as my brother likes to say. So here you'll see I'm actually dapping in those leaves, and I'm using a number 6 synthetic round brush, and I'm just like twisting and turning that brush in my hand and using the tip of that brush to just kind of dab in these little marks everywhere. When you do that on top of grass, it'll automatically look like you're adding foliage onto like little grass stalks. And I also did some lupins in there, so you're gonna see me use red and yellows and blues and purples in order to paint little looking flowers in there. Eventually I am going to put grass completely behind the mound, but I didn't decide to do that until right at the very last minute. Now, I was telling you guys that I am testing Rosa Gallery paints. Now, this is a Ukrainian company, but I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I find that these paints have a lot of characteristics as white knights, which is kind of ironic and funny, I know. But they do. The pan size, the semi-moist dry down, just the way they perform, the way they feel on the paper, the different characteristics of each paint, just the way they react, they really, really remind me of white knights. But I'll get more into that when I get to the review video. You saw me splatter some paint in the background just to add a little bit more distant foliage, just to make it look like there might be some little flowers in there that unrecognizable. Keep in mind, you don't have to paint every single detail. You just paint a little bit in your mind to pick up on the rest. Now you see that I'm actually removing that masking tape. And as you can see, it gave me sort of the effect as if though you were using masking fluid without all the drawbacks. So I'm just going to hit that white area with some yellow because I want to warm those rocks up, right? And the great thing about painting rocks is that you can just kind of use the grungy colors that you have on your palette from the painting that you were already doing, because you want those rocks to look grungy and earthy. Now here I'm taking a mixture of ultramarine blue, Payne's gray, and a little black, which I don't normally paint with black, but I found it to work really well in this situation. And I'm using that round brush to go in and carve out the details of those rocks, adding shadows for how the sun would hit it and cast a shadow on like the hill or the mound of dirt that those rocks would be protruding from. And it brings clarity to the heap of rocks. It adds definition, and it just makes it look a little bit more lifelike and realistic, in my opinion. I'm also gonna splatter some Payne's gray on those rocks in order to add in like the little distorted, cracky, faded, old texture that you would have on rock. I love rocks. I do. You can see here I'm throwing in a little of that rose madder that I used in the dirt itself in order to just give it a little bit more color, a little bit more body. Really enjoy. I mean, this is really fun and easy and quick to do, guys. It didn't take me long at all in order to do this. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for all of that's coming up. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. This is a really quick video. Don't forget to like it if you saw anything that you heard or any techniques that are going to help you out. Don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on all the social media platforms. And remember, as I always tell you, just keep painting.